Hello guys, we are the Beta Fish and this is our submission for the One Where Oma Upgrades challenge. The edible mineral of civilization. How everyday salt built the modern world. More than table salt. A common product with a secret. When you pick up a salt shaker at a store, it is easy to see it as just a simple seasoning. If you take a closer look, salt is actually one of the most important minerals in human history. It shapes health, trade, and industry every day. Everyday grocery item. It's cheap and easy to find. Salt sits on supermarket shelves in inexpensive containers, often costing less than $2. It's vital to daily life. Behind its low price tag is a history of building cities, saving lives, empowering big manufacturing. Changing our perspective. The science. Simple sodium and chloride ions that keep our bodies alive. The history. A precious resource that started ancient trade routes. The economy. An essential raw material used in the global industry. Part 1. The science of survival. How a simple compound keeps human bodies working every second. Your body on salt. Essential sodium and chloride. Salt dissolves into sodium and chloride ions inside us. These two ions carry out critical biological jobs that keep your heart, brain, and muscles functioning normally without stopping. Nerve impulses. Sending electrical signals. Your brain talks to the rest of your body using quick electrical pulses. Sodium ions flowing across nerve cells create those sparks. Without salt, your brain could not send a single instruction to your body. Muscle contraction. Making movement possible. Every muscle movement requires salt ions. This includes lifting an arm, walking upstairs, and the steady beating of your heart muscle day and night. Keeping water in balance. It's 100% required for homeostasis. Salt controls fluid levels inside and around your cells. Proper water distribution keeps cells from swelling or shrinking, maintaining internal stability so organs work smoothly. Saline in medicine. Hospitals rely on sterile salt water, known as saline solution, every day. Saline rehydrates patients, delivers medicine directly to bloodstreams, and cleans wounds safely during emergency care. Part 2. A world without salt. What would happen to society if salt instantly disappeared? Biological shutdown. Organ failure. Heart and muscle contractions weaken and fail quickly. No nerve signals. The nervous system could no longer send communication pulses. Systematic collapse. Without salt, human bodies would completely shut down within days. Industrial freeze. Manufacturing stops. Factories making glass, paper, plastics, and detergents would run out of necessary chemical inputs. Supply chains break. Without these core materials, modern packaging, construction, and basic sanitation products would dry up. Dangerous roads. In cold climates, salt melts road ice to keep winter traffic moving safely. Without salt, winter transit would come to a halt, causing frequent accidents and blocking shipments of goods. Food preservation loss. Before refrigeration. For thousands of years, salt was the primary tool people had to stop food from rotting. Without salt preservation, early civilians would not store food for winter or take long travel journeys across land and sea. Part 3. How salt built history. From ancient trade routes to modern everyday vocabulary. The original white gold. High historical value. Because salt was rare in inland areas and vital for survival, it became one of the first global trade items. Cities grew around salt springs, and empires fought wars to control salt mines and coastlines. Traded for gold. Saharan trade routes. In ancient West Africa, merchants carried heavy blocks of salt across the desert on camels. Equal value to gold. In places where salt was scarce, people literally traded salt pound for pound with gold to preserve their food. The origin of salary. Paying soldiers in salt. Roman soldiers received an allowance to purchase salt called a salarium. The Latin root gave us the word salary that we use today for workplace paychecks. Worth your salt. Language of value. The common expression worth your salt comes directly from Roman times. It meant a worker was dutiful and earned their salt allowance through solid effort. Part 4. Modern economic impact. Where all the salt actually goes in today's global economy. Where does salt go? 60% of salt goes to chemical industry, 15% is for de-icing roads, 12% is for food production, and 13% is for other uses. Only a small portion of salt ends up in food. Most goes to factories. Chemical powerhouse. PVC. Plastics. Salt provides chlorine to make durable PVC pipes and health items. Paper. Used to produce processing chemicals that turn wood into clean paper. Soaps. Key component in soaponification reactions that create cleaning products. Salt in farming. Livestock health. Animals need salt in their diet just like humans do. Farmers place salt licks in pastures so cattle and livestock get enough sodium to stay healthy and produce milk. Image sources. Thank you. Now we will move on to our short skit about what would happen if salt didn't exist. Advit is eating the food, but it tastes bland because there is no salt.
This tastes so bland.
Advit goes outside on an empty stomach, but fails to notice that there was ice on the road that hadn't been melted because there was no salt to melt it.
Could you please pass me the saline solution? Oh no.
Advit was rushed to the hospital, but with no saline solution, his wounds couldn't be healed.